I mentioned, I had Alex on the podcast twice. He was gracious to come back after I had a recording error. With Alex, it's funny you mentioned the content kind of turning on and the pandemic. Alex was always, I think, very much a student of like Dan Kennedy, direct sales marketing, direct sales response, type businesses, and those whole like concept of branding and like and putting yourself out there. I think I've heard him self-admittedly say like, yeah, I've kind of ignored a lot of that and then realized how important. And there's such long tail ROI to this whole thing. It has been interesting. I'm glad he's been creating the content. I think a lot of the stuff he makes and he says is obviously it's helpful. It's nice because it's very agnostic. Even that he's a great example, in my opinion, of someone who was so niched into a corner and then was able to, within a couple of years of content, completely rebrand themselves. So they're no longer the gym saving people type scenario. And I think it's so hard. So many of us get pigeonholed in something. Some of us, all these little ecosystems that spun off from CrossFit, Kelly Starrett, NC Fit, any of these brands, in person, online, whatever, they all kind of, grew from this CrossFit sun and then spun off and they become their own solar system. Yeah. It's hard. You don't want to get pigeonholed. Like part of me thinks, I was talking with Jim Kroll about this. I think that's one of the reasons Whoop wanted out of sponsorship of CrossFit. I think they, that might be one of the reasons that they don't want to get pigeonholed in this one specific niche type scenario.